everybody, welcome back to the House of Floss and Fluff. My name is Carrie. Thank you guys for joining me. Today is Wednesday, May 15th, and I'm here with my stitching update. So I hope everyone has had a really good start to the month of May. It's been pretty good here. Not a whole lot going on. The dog is doing good. Lucy's doing good. She had a wellness checkup and a recheck of her ears a couple weeks ago. In fact, it was the day after I recorded and uploaded my last video. And so she's doing really good. So thank you to everyone that has sent me well wishes for her. And let's see, the kiddo is just finishing up with school. He'll be happy. They're almost done. And husband's been very, very busy at work. And so have I. So work had kind of slowed down, and then I started doing some new things, and it always figures when I start doing new things, that's when it picks back up. So that's good. So yeah, well, let's dive in because I've got a lot to talk about because we've got Maynia. I've got other stitching that I've done aside from Maynia. Got a little bit of haul. I've got the giveaway winners from my last video, and I've got 2 new magazines to give away in this video. So I figured we would start with Maynia. And in my last video, I outlined my Maynia plans, and I have decided to do a Barbara Anna whip Maynia. I have 13 Barbara Anna whips that I put into the Tiny Decisions roulette wheel app. And so every morning I spin that and it picks out what piece I'm going to work on that day. I work on it for at least a half an hour, and then from there I can put it away and work on something else, or I can continue to work on it for the rest of the day. Doesn't really matter. So I've done actually pretty well with Maynia this year. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't gotten burnt out. I look forward every morning to picking to spinning that wheel and seeing what it picks. There's some projects, you know, I'm like not so happy that they got picked, but for the most part, I mean, they're Barbara Anna, so you can't go wrong there. Okay, so this is going to be kind of discombobulated. I have notes of the dates that the projects were picked, but of course, projects have been picked multiple days as well, so just kind of bear with me. But okay, so May 1st and 2nd, it picked I Give You My Heart. So I love this one. You guys know how much I love this one. This is being stitched on a 40 count natural linen that I got from Stony Creek, and the dog is right outside the door. So I'm upstairs. I tried to film upstairs in my craft room and left the dog downstairs. She's not having it. So yeah, you might hear some whining. She is probably going, hopefully she'll just lay down. But anyway, sorry. Okay, again, I Give You My Heart, 40 count natural linen. I did change all of the colors to just fancy flosses that I had on hand, and I'm stitching at 1/2. So like I said, this was picked on the 1st and the 2nd. And on the 1st, I worked on this one for most of the day. So I finished all of the diamonds in her dress, started in on the hill that she's standing on. So I still have some to go in her hair, and there's a little bit more to the dress. There's some fringe that comes down here, but we're close to a finish. I would love to get this one done because this is also one of my Stitch 9 challenge pieces as well. So be super happy to have that one done. Okay. Then next on the 3rd, this was, so the 3rd was the first day that this one was picked. This is the purple Japanese doll, Biscornu. And so there she is. So like I said, this one was picked on the 3rd, the 7th, and the 11th. So this one has had 3 30-minute sessions. I love the colors in this. I love the design, but I'm not really enjoying stitching it. I don't know why. I think it might be the fabric. I'm pretty sure this is I know it's a 28 count Joblin. I think the color is Rock Quarry. I got it from Ye Olde Stitchery. And I'm using all of the called for DMCs. So, you know, it's slow going. It'll get done, but it's just slow going. So, but I will say doing Maynia this way, it's kind of reinvigorated me to get some of these things done. So that's good. Okay. So then next on the 4th was the little sheep Biscornu. And so that's what it will look like. So I only worked on this for the one day, so it's only had 30 minutes. And so I stitched in the ha-ha part, and then underneath here will be the black sheep. So this is so cute. It really is adorable. But yeah, and this is being stitched on a 28 count Monaco. This is one that I dyed with Rit, and then I over dyed in coffee. And then I think I'm using most of the called for DMCs. The blue here is a Sullivan's, but I think it's the same color as what the called for DMC. I just was using a Sullivan's thread. Okay, so then the 5th was the first day that the pumpkin biscornu was picked. And so that's what it will look like. So like I said, this one was picked on the 5th and the 10th. Okay, so that's where it is. Oop. Oh, sorry, it goes like that. Never remember. So I did work on this one just a touch extra on the 10th because I wanted to finish the hat. So I added in the moon, I finished the hat on the pumpkin, I started in on this little decoration, and then this is going to be a ghost eventually. So, but this one's fun. This is being stitched on 14 count Aida that I hand dyed. So this one's actually kind of fun to work on after I have worked on the smaller count linens or the higher count linens. This one is relaxing for my eyes. So, and I think I'm using most of the called fors in this, but I did have to substitute a few because there were some of the DMC color variations in here and I didn't have those. So I just kind of subbed with different variegated threads that I did have. Okay, so let's see, we are up to the 6th. So the 6th was Black Cat Hollow. And so there we are. So not a ton of progress. I only worked on this one for the allotted half an hour. And can I just say, I never realized how quickly a half an hour goes by until you time yourself stitching. It like flies by. So I added in, I think, more to the house. I think that was all I did, was stitched in a little bit more in that house. Wow, that's like hardly anything for a half an hour, but okay. So this one is super cute. I just wasn't feeling it the day that this one got picked. So, but this is being stitched on a 28 count Joblin, and I do not know the color. I looked through the bag and I didn't save, I can't find the little tag that tells me what the color is. It's just frustrating because it's actually a really cool color. It's a grayish blue color, but so it's a mystery 28 count Joblin, and I'm stitching this with most of the called for DMCs too. I substituted the greens because I didn't have the called for, or I didn't have very much of the called for, and so I just substituted 2 other greens that DMC greens that I had. Okay, I hope that made sense. Okay, up next we're gonna skip down to the 8th, which was the red Japanese doll biscornu. And so this is another one I just worked on for the allotted half an hour, and these are little flowers, or they will be, and then so I added in, I think, 1 more of those, and then the white part is a bird. I think it's a crane, but I'm not 100% sure. So I added in the birds, and then I added in the start of more of the flowers over there. So, and this is a 28 count Joblin. I think it's just a summer khaki or a khaki color that I got from 123 Stitch. And I'm using all of the called for DMCs on this one as well. Didn't change it up too much there. Okay, what else do we got? Oh, New World. So that one, New World, was picked on May 9th. And this is New World Part 1, The Night of All Fears. This is the one with the witches. So again, I only worked on this for the allotted half an hour because for some reason, I just wasn't feeling it that day. So what I did is I finished the tree. So I finally finished this tree here. So I don't have a whole lot left to go. I think I've got another pumpkin, and I got this house here and a couple of bats up here, and then this one will be done, which would be fantastic because this is another Stitch 9 challenge piece. So hopefully soon we'll have that one done. Oh, sorry. And this is a 28 count Joblin. This is Highland Heather. I believe that is right, Highland Heather from Fabrics by Stephanie. And I'm using some of the called for, and I did switch out some of them for Victorian Motto and think most of them were Victorian motto and a few Moselle. So, okay. So then we come to the last project that I've worked on. This one has been picked the last 3 days because I think the app was rooting for me to get a finish because I hardly ever finish anything when it comes to Maynia. So I got a finish. So this is the Winter Woodland Keeper. This is from the 2017 winter issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It was stitched on 36 count. I think this is just a khaki linen that I got from 123 Stitch. I did switch out all of the colors. I used mainly Dinky Dye silks from their Oops pack. The only color that's not a Dinky Dye silk is the orange, and that is a Victorian motto. But I love her, and I stitched it 1/2. So she turned out so cute. I mean, she's just such a pretty, this is such a pretty design. There is one tiny mistake. So I know it's the mistake that I made in my last video when I was talking about I Give You My Heart, and I had one square too many. So instead of stitching over, you know, I'm trying to describe this, and in my head I have it a certain way, and you know, it's probably not the proper, but when I think of stitching on linen or even weave, I think of it as a tic-tac-toe board. And so you put in your stitch, space, stitch, kind of. That's how I think of it. And so I did on the flower part here on the stalk of the flower, I somewhere have an X that has 2 squares in it. So I have a stitch, 2 squares, and another stitch. So I am 1 square too far down here. Sorry, and that was my notebook just fell off. So not a big deal. Honestly, if you didn't know that there was a mistake, I don't think you'd be able to tell. It looks fine to me. I was not about to go rip it all out because I honestly have no idea how far up it went. So the only thing that got thrown off was I tried to put this flower in here, and I counted over from the fox's shoulder, which is how you know, would be the easiest way to do it, and I was off on that flower. So that was when I realized that I had a mistake. And so it just meant that I had to, if I was going to do anything involving the flowers or the leaves, I had to count from the stalk on that flower. So, or the stem. So, but that's okay. It turned out adorable. I love it. I'm so happy to have a finish. So, yay. Stitch Maynia finish. Those don't happen very often. So, like I said, even the app was rooting for me because they kept picking that one. So, okay. And then I did pick today's, but I haven't done any work on it yet. And so today's Happy Easter is what was spun. So, whew, sorry, I'm sitting on the floor and my foot is going numb. Okay, so aside from Maynia, I have worked on a couple other things, and I do have another finish. So Teresa from Primitive Acorns on Etsy released a new pattern, and I had to stitch it right away because it's a patriotic pattern and it's so cute. So this is Grand Old Flag, and you can find it in her Etsy shop. It is a very quick pattern to stitch. I did this in 2.5 days, I think. So I stitched this on 40 count. This is a R&R linen. I believe it's called Old Town Blend, and I got it from Stony Creek. And I used all Victorian motto. So there's only 4 called for DMCs. And so the red, white, and blue are from Nancy's new America the Beautiful thread pack. And then the grayish green color is Wild Sage. Again, from Victorian motto. And I stitched this 1/2. I absolutely love it. It's so cute and it's little. So eventually we're gonna get it. So my husband liked this frame for it. So I picked up a whole bunch of frames last year from Walmart. They had a bunch of them on clearance. So this was one of the ones that I picked up, except he does want to whitewash this part. So it'll just kind of fit in with our decor a little bit better. So, but I can't wait to get this all done. It'll be so cute when it's all done. Okay. So lastly, the other thing that I've been working on. So this is kind of a special project. I've started to design this pattern. I've designed a little bit before with my snowman temperature piece, but you know, other than that, I've never really designed cross stitch patterns before. But I had an idea hit me. So one day I was scrolling through Instagram, because every now and then I go through my Instagram feed just to kind of see like, oh, what was I working on a year ago at this time? And gee, do I need to go back and, you know, like pull out that piece? Because it's probably a long-standing whip. But anyway, I came to a photo of a work in progress, and it was the start of a tree. And for the actual photo on Instagram, I had placed buttons around it. And I thought, you know, wouldn't that be cool to have a big tree, and instead of stitching the leaves or flowers on it, just put buttons around it. I don't know why. I just thought this would be a really cool idea. So that's where this started. Okay, so it's not done yet, but this is what I have so far. So I've got the tree stitched, and I started putting in a few buttons just because I wanted to see how it would look. I didn't want to go ahead and stitch more of the pattern if I hated how the inspiration of behind this looked. And I love it. I think it's really cute, and it's just kind of growing as I stitch. So I charted out the tree on graph paper, and I've kind of charted out, I started kind of charting out the sheep, and then I've just kind of put them in the pattern as I go, and like I charted out the house, but I've kind of moved it a little, you know. So it's kind of a semi-charted pattern that's just kind of growing as I stitch it. So, but of course I had to add in sheep. I love this one. He's playing hide and seek, but I don't think he quite knows exactly the rules of hide and seek. You know, he needs to find a little bit bigger tree that can cover all of him. And then this one is just kind of resting there on the hill. And this one is a little, he's a little off in terms of one side is a little bit fluffier than the other side, which I thought was kind of fun because if you look, I was looking at our dog, Lucy, and she's really, really fluffy. But if you look at her from behind, like one side is actually a little bit fluffier than the other side. So that's my Lucy sheep. That little one reminds me of my dog. So, and then I've got the house, which is not quite done yet, but almost. And then I do have, so I have one more sheep that I'm hoping to put in here. And then I've got some flowers that I would like to put in as well. Flowers are hard. I mean, the house, I thought the house was going to be the hardest part to chart. Flowers. So, but it's coming together, and I am very, very excited to finish it. I can't wait to see, you know, how it grows as I add things to it. And I'm stitching this on a 28 count, I think it's a Lugana. I got it off of one of the stash unloading groups on Facebook, and I just threw it in some dye. This I think is tan and cocoa brown, and there might be some dark brown. I don't know. It's a combo of colors, but I really like it. And I'm stitching this all in DMCs, even though I do think the tree, I mean, everything I do think would look really cool in hand-dyed or, you know, variegated threads, but I didn't know how this would work up, so I figured DMCs would be the best bet. So, but I'm loving it. It's really, really cute. And I've got a couple other ideas in my head for patterns. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to finish that one first before I try anything else. Okay, so let's move into haul. I don't have a whole lot. Next video will be probably haul heavy. My husband found fabric. Yes, you heard that right. My husband found fabric. He has a pattern that he wants me to stitch, and so he was looking for fabric yesterday, and just add needles. She added some new Seraphim fabrics, so we're gonna have a lot of fabric coming next week, but anywhere, or within the next couple weeks. So what I do have is from Mo's. So this is from, I believe, the April pattern sale that she did, and I do have two that did not come in yet. They're two of the newer Plum Street releases from Market, so I'm not too worried. They'll get there eventually. So these are three other ones that I had picked out. This is Heart and Hand, the land that I love. I think, was this released last year at Nashville? I don't know. I've loved this and I've wanted it. I think it'll be a nice, quick, easy stitch to do for the patriotic corner in my house. And then I got the new Nora Corbett Miss Ladybug. I couldn't resist this one. I'm not a huge bug person. It's not, I mean, it's not that I don't like bugs. It's just, I think bugs sometimes like me too much, like mosquitoes. Yeah. And, you know, I don't really like when wasps come into my house and sting me. Yeah, that happened last week. Yeah, don't like that either. But I do love ladybugs. And so I couldn't resist this pattern. It's just so cute. So I can't wait to stitch that. That's going to be a fun stitch. And then I've loved this one forever. This is Delivering Summer from Homespun Elegance. I mean, it's summer. I need more summer patterns. It's got a sheep. It's got a flag. You know, can't get any better than that. And then I did pick up from when Mo did her last solid or semi-solid color floss. I, of course, picked those up as well. So, you know, because I can't resist. It's floss. It's thread. We all need thread, right? Okay, so let's do the giveaway winners. Okay, so what I did is I just took the comments of what you guys wanted to stitch and put it on a list, numbered them, and then random number generator picked from there. Okay, so up first is the Teddy Bear magazine, and the winner of this one is Pia Claire. So Piaclair, and I apologize if I butchered your name, okay? But congratulations, Pia. You won the Bear magazine. And then the winner of the Cottage magazine is Kimberly Butler. So congratulations, Kimberly. You won the Cottage magazine. So Pia and Kimberly, what I will do is I will go back and I will comment on your comments from my last video with my email address. So just send me an email with your address and I will pop those into the mail for you, okay? And I will also put my email address in the drop-down menu underneath this video. So again, just send me your address and I will get those into the mail for you. Okay, so again, I said I picked out 2 more magazines for today's giveaway. Okay, so the rules, once again, these are the rules I think we all know, we've all heard them. Please be 18 or older because I need your address. Please be a subscriber to my channel. In your comments, please do not mention free or giveaway. I will have to delete your comment. Okay, and so what we'll do is I'll give you the keyword of I want to stitch whatever, you know, and then I will enter you in for that. Okay, so up first is The World of Cross Stitching. This is issue number 202. Has this cute little bunny on it. Isn't that sweet? And you can hear the dog out there. She is waiting kind of impatiently. It's got these cute little birthday cards, flowers. Those are pretty, very summery and springy. Let's see. Oh, look at, isn't that pretty? Little wedding sampler. Okay, so if you want to be entered to win this one, which is The World of Cross Stitching, issue number 202, just say I want to stitch the bunny, and you'll be entered to win this one. Okay, and then the other one is another World of Cross Stitching, and this is issue, oh, and you think that it could be simple and put it on the front. No, no, no. This is issue number 238. And it's the cute one with the little kitty in the teacup. Okay, and oh, this is cute. The little heart, the letters, little heart shaped with the letters in the middle. That's cute. And ooh, this is pretty. Sorry, that's pretty, very pretty. That is Elegance and Charm. Okay, so if you want to be entered to win this one, just say I want to stitch the kitty. And if you want to be entered for both of them, just say I want to stitch everything. Okay, so there you go. So there's the 2 magazines to give away for in the next video. And I will pick the winners probably 2 weeks again, I'm hoping. With Stitch Maynia, I'm trying to do 2-week updates because I know it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff, you know, when you're stitching every day on something, and sometimes multiple things. So I will try to do 2 weeks from today, hopefully. roughly 2 weeks from today. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, for the likes and all of the comments. I love getting to talk with you guys and interacting, and I just really appreciate it. I can't say enough how much I appreciate everyone in this community. So I hope you guys have a fantastic finish to May. I hope you get in lots of stitching or crafting or, you know, just fun time. Let's just have a really good time, right? So yeah, so I hope you guys have a fantastic upcoming weekend, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.